This is for the cross country people and whoever is gone. Hallie and Jordan's cross country though.
Yeah, Jordan.
Yep. So whoever's not here. Section 2-3. We're doing linear functions today, and the nice thing is you guys should know how to do most of this stuff already. This is slope intercept form.
Oh, I know how to do
Yay,
it.
I know this.
Yay, this is gonna be nice, okay? Now, one form that they introduced to us that we're not used to probably dealing with is something called standard form. So circle the word standard form. Okay, perfect. Because we're going to be converting to standard form too. Standard form is ax plus by equals c. Okay, so circle those two things so you can remember where they're at. Okay, ax plus by equals c, that's standard form. And one other thing is that a must be positive. So when we are making it in standard form, we want that x, whatever number's in front of x, we want that to be positive. So we have to move him to the correct side of the equal sign so that he will be positive. Does that make sense?
Or couldn't you just divide by -1?
Right, we could divide by -1. That's exactly right. Okay? All right, so we're going to go down to this one, example 1. And I think I am going to follow along their instructions that they have here. They want us to write this guy in standard form. Do you know what form he is in right now? Mx plus b, that's slope intercept form. So he's in slope intercept form right now. He's really nice to graph in, right? I would go up to 14 and then go up 2/5, etc. and graph it that way. But they want it in standard form. So I'm going to start with the original equation, okay? And then they want us to put the x on the same side as the y. So what they did was they subtracted this 2/5 x over to the left side. So he is -2/5 x and then y equals 14. You got that? They want x and y together. Now they want the x to come first and the y to come second. I want this number to be positive. And I don't want any fractions. So I'm going to multiply, and I multiply by a negative, and I want to get rid of the 5, so I'm going to multiply by -5. Do you see how that works? Okay? Multiply by negative to get rid of the negative, multiply by 5 to get rid of the denominator. Okay? What's -5 times -2/5? The 5s are going to cancel. It's just 2x. 2x. Okay? All right, what about -5 times positive y? -5y. -5y. Okay? And I also have to take -5 times 14. What's that? -70. Beautiful. Okay? That is now in standard form. X, y equals number. What's A going to be? 2. What's B? -5. And C is? -70. Make sure if there's a number and it has a negative in front of it, you use that in your ABC, right? That number, that negative goes with it. Happy with that? That is in standard form. Okay? What? Yeah, standard form is not, it's probably the most pretty looking because it doesn't have any fractions in standard form. No. But it's the least useful when you're doing graphing stuff and that type of thing, right?
It's just so annoying because what if you have 1/3?
Yeah, I get it.
Oh my
I get
gosh,
it.
that would be terrible.
Okay?
Yes, it would.
All right, now we're gonna talk more about slope intercept form. You guys know slope intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Okay, let's talk about the m. What does m stand for?
Slope.
The slope. Okay, what's the b stand for?
Y-intercept.
The y-intercept. So literally the person who named this slope intercept form was doing a real original job. Slope intercept form, okay? Now m and b are going to be numbers, right? And a lot of times m will be a fraction as well, right? And m is going to be the rise over the run, right? Rise over run. If you're given 2 coordinates, we're going to do this here in a second. Do you remember how to find m? Like if I give you like
Y2 minus.
Yeah, look at you guys. Y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, right? If I give you 2 coordinates to find the m, to find the slope, we're going to practice that here in a second. Y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Why is the y on the top? Because it's the rise. Exactly, Ella. Rise and run is the x's, so that's perfect. Very good, okay? All right, so that's how that works. That was all of the stuff in a nutshell, okay? Let's go to the next page. They want us to take this guy and write it in slope intercept form. You guys have been doing this all chapter long, that last chapter, right? We were solving for y. We were getting y by itself, okay? So let's start with the original. We'll follow along their work, okay? What did they do first? subtract the 12x. So I'm going to put that right below, minus 12x. So they've got negative 4y equals negative 12x plus 24. Get into the habit of writing your x first, right? X and then the number, all right? Then what do you do?
Divide by negative.
Divide by negative 4, divide by negative 4, divide by negative 4. Okay, so y is by itself. Negative 12 divided by negative 4 is 3x, and then 24 divided by negative 4. Minus 6. Okay, what's the slope? What's the m part? 3, and what's the b part?
-6.
Minus 6. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let's talk about graphing this thing. All right, so I'm going to put a little thing. Where would you start graphing it? Go to 0, -6. Yep. He's right down here at the bottom. Oh, I need a different color right there. And then from there, what's your slope?
Go up 3 over 1.
Yeah, 3, like as a fraction is 3 over 1. So I would go up 3 and over 1. Which way? This way or this way? You go this way or this way? Do you remember how you know?
Because you read
If
from
you
left
go up,
to right.
no.
3 is a positive number. Which one has a positive slope?
Right.
The one going to the right, okay? So always check that. I still have a few people that are trying to like graph it the wrong way. You want it to go to the right because it's a positive 3 for slope, okay? So there he is. That's what he would look like. You don't have to graph him. We did just to refresh our brains, all right? Now, interpreting slope-intercept form, they give us an equation, and we're talking about shoe sales, all right? So this many x minus 2y equals that many, and this is shoe sales in Europe from the year 2010 to 2015. X is the number of years in after 2010, and y is the amount of money that they're making for that, okay? So 2010 is like year 0, okay? If it helps you to think about that. 2010 is year 0. That's like the point that I'm starting from, okay? So 2015 would be like year 5, right? Like x equals 0 is 2010, x equals 5 is 2015.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? That's how that coordinates out to be. Okay, they want us to write it in slope-intercept form, all right? So the first thing they did here for this original, if I'm trying to solve for y, get y by itself, let's subtract the 3246y, or excuse me, x, minus 3642x, all right? Negative 2y is by itself, minus 3246x equals that big long negative number, and then what? Divide by negative 2. Okay, y equals, that'll be positive 1623. Is that true?
Yep.
Did you do that in your head?
No.
You tried, yeah, you did it.
I had 3, but then I put 6.
Ah, there you go, 1623, perfect. Okay, divide that by 2. We've got 0. I'm not gonna put the 0. 7, 6, 3, 6, 1. Yes?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, that's what he is in slope-intercept form, all right? Interpret the parameters. So, 1623, this number right here means that we are increasing $1623 per year. So every year that it increases, that much amount increases in sales. That makes sense. And since year 0 is year 2010 is year 0, this number is going to tell me that's the sales in 2010, right? That's the y-intercept, okay? Or in 2010. I should have put that here. Why am I writing 210? 2010. The sales were 76,361, okay? That's what the y-intercept is representing. At year 0, which is 2010, that's the number of sales. Got it?
Yeah.
All right, slope-intercept right here. Did you say no? Okay. All right. In 2013, there were 1.31 billion smartphones. We're not actually going to put the zeros behind that number. We're going to leave it as 1.31 billion. In 2017, there were 2.38 billion. Okay, let's do this real quick. Let's say 2013 is my year 0. So we're going to say x equals 0 is 2013. Okay, and what I have then is I have the coordinate point 0, 1.31. Does that make sense? 0 coincides with 1.31, all right? What would the year 2017 be? 4, yeah. And that is 2.38. Okay? Got it? Does that make sense? They want me to write an equation in slope-intercept form to find that. How in the heck do I do that? Slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. How would I find that?
Y2 minus.
Yeah, I want to find the m first. So I want to do y2 minus y1. What's y2?
2.38.
2.38 is the second y minus 1.31 all over 4 minus 0. All right, you help me do some math. 2.38 minus 1.31 is 1.07. Perfect. Divided by 4. That is going to be 0.2. What?
It's
0.2675. Okay. And that's what that is. 0.2675. Okay. This is my m. 0.2675. Y equals 0.2675 x plus b. How do you find b? You remember doing this?
You have to isolate B. So you gotta subtract.
You don't have to isolate, not yet, anyway.
Or, well, you know.
Well,
the-
We have to find B.
0, it was 1.31.
Well, is it? What is
Right. So, I can plug in one of these points in for x and y to solve for b, right? But, we know that if we plug 0 in, it was 1.31, right? So the starting amount of b was 1.31. So I can just plug 1.31 in for b. Does that make sense?
Oh,
Y equals 0.2675 x plus 1.31. Now, what does 226 or 0.2675 mean?
It's how many users per?
Is it users?
Billion.
How many billion users per year? It's increasing, right? It's increasing 0.2675. So that's like, I don't know, 260 million, 267 million, right?
500,000.
500,000 people per year, right?
Yeah.
That's in billions. Got it? That's how we would solve for that. All right. Is increasing at a rate of 0.2675 billion per year. There he is.
Supposed to make.
I don't know. Kate, are you paying attention to this boy?
You know how to do it.
All right, sure. All right, let's go to, I'm going to change some instructions on this. Point slope form. They don't test over point slope form too often anymore. Most of the time when you see this on the ACT or on MAPS testing, you're going to see slope intercept forms. So can I change the instructions to be in slope intercept form?
Yes.
It's one less form to have to remember, and they're not going to test you over it. So anytime it says point slope form, we're going to change it so that it says slope intercept. Did you hear those instructions? Slope intercept form. All right, write the equation of the line that passes through 3, negative 5, and has a slope of 11. If we're doing slope intercept form, we want y equals mx plus b. The two things they give me is 3, negative 5, and that the slope is 11. Okay, that's the information that it gives me. All right, where are you going to start with this?
3.5 or 3.5. No,
The slope is
11.
11, so that goes in for m, right? Now the only other thing I have to do is solve for b. How do you do that?
Oh, you find the y-intercept.
No, you just
Put
plug
y
it
at
in.
0.
Yeah, let's just plug in 3 and negative 5. 3 goes in for x, and negative 5 goes in for y. So negative 5 goes here, 3 goes in here, and we solve for b. You see what we're doing? Okay? All right, let's take 11 times 3
33.
is 33. Let's subtract 33 over. What's b going to be?
Negative 38.
Negative 38. So, final answer, y equals?
Y equals 11x minus
Minus 38. There he is. Okay? That's my slope intercept form. Got it? Slope intercept form. Okay, you boys. Brady, put it away. All right. Let's move on. Let's do maybe one more. Should we do one more? And then we'll stop. We'll quit the story problem. We won't do the story problem. One more point slope form. But now they're giving me, instead of giving me the slope, now they give me 2 points. And I have to find the slope, okay? So again, we want y equals mx plus b, because we're not going to do point slope. We're going to slope intercept. And the two things it gives me is 1, 1 and 7, 13. So from there, I have to build one of these, okay? Zach says start with
Y2
y2 minus y1. All right, so what's your y2 going to be? 13 minus 1 over 7 minus 1. Do you see where you got that? Those two, okay. 13 minus 1 is 12. 7 minus 1 is 6. Oh, that is gorgeous. 2. We love that. So now, right where we're at now, we are now at y equals 2x plus b. And the only other thing I have to find is the b. Is the b. How do I find b?
You go to a beehive.
Plug a point.
Plug a point in. Do you want to plug in 1, 1 or 7, 13?
1.
Doesn't matter.
No.
No, but 1, 1 is way easier, right? Let's do that one, right? So 1 goes in for y and 1 goes in for x.
0, -1.
Okay? 1 equals, what's 2 times 1? 2 plus b. Let's solve for b. U. Minus 2 minus 2, so b is -1. Okay? But don't leave it like that. Y equals 2x minus 1. Perfect. Okay? Do we get how to do this? Is this all review? Did you guys do this last year?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. All right, here are the instructions for the homework assignment. Woo! It's also on the board up here. Okay? Write those down and then I'll go through and tell you which ones to change the instructions on. And if it ever says point slope, change it to slope intercept. Ooh, that was a short day today. Look at you guys. See, if you guys just know what's going on, you just fly right through. Okay?
If I knew what was going on, I wouldn't be.
You know what's going on.
Why wouldn't you just put 18 to 30?
That's true.
That is true. Good
Good job,
call,
Jace.
Jace. Very nice. Okay, 18 through 30, the evens.
Yeah, that was a little.
I'm just trying to see if you're paying attention. You know?
Liar.
Okay, whatever. Okay.
You weren't paying attention.
So 2, 4, 6, standard form, that is fine. Do those exact instructions. 8, 10, 12, do those exact instructions. On the back side, go to 18, 20, 22, 24. Instead of point slope, do slope intercept. Right?
What?
Instead of point slope, do slope intercept on 18, 20, 22, 24. Yep. Slope intercept form. Slope intercept form. Okay? What about 26, 28? That's slope intercept. 30 is slope intercept. Yep, you're good.
26 is point slope. Can we
Nope.
not just
Slope
mark-
intercept. Slope intercept. So those 3 spots, change that from point slope to slope intercept. Got it? Okay? We're not doing point slope form.
And on 28 and 30, you just have to write in point slope form too.
No.
So just cross.
Oh, just slope intercept form and standard form. So point slope form. That's just gone altogether.
So just skip it. Okay.
So just standard form and slope intercept form.
Perfect.
Amazing.
I have a question.
Okay? Good?
Can you check this one?
Sure. All right. Are we good? I'm gonna stop the video. Goodbye, people watching this video.